What does Easter mean to you? For some, it's a family gathering, a ham dinner, a time to get the kids together to play games for the Easter bunny and the eggs and the Easter egg hunts and the chocolate bunnies and all the fun things that go with that. And it really is a lot of fun. For other people, it's celebrating the resurrection of Jesus. And for some, they do both. For many, many years, all of my life, I celebrated Easter both ways. It was the ham dinner, the Easter egg hunt, and the family getting together. We went to church on Good Friday. Sometimes we had a sunrise service on Easter Sunday and then Easter Sunday church. And it was a Sunday that you got dressed up for. We wore our hats, our gloves, our new knee socks, and not so today. Maybe in some circles they do. But nevertheless, Easter has never changed. We still celebrate the resurrection of Jesus on Sunday, and of course before that, his crucifixion on the cross. Why is that so important to us today? Here we are in 2026, and we're celebrating the resurrection of Jesus, which occurred over 2,000 years ago. Well, I'll tell you why it's so important. Because the tomb is empty. He actually rose from the dead. Jesus is the only leader that ever predicted he would rise from the dead, and he did. He's the Son of God, truly all of God and truly all of man, all in one. It's hard for us to grasp that. But when he rose from that tomb, he defeated death for all of us. Without his shed blood, there'd be no salvation for any of us. So I, for one, accepted his plan of salvation for my life. And I hope you've done that as well. Accept the plan of God through his Son, Jesus Christ, for your salvation. You can read about this in the book of Matthew. I just want to read you a few verses. This is in Matthew 28, verses 1 to 6. At the end of the Sabbath, that would have been the Saturday night, as it began to dawn toward the first day of the week, came Mary Magdalene and the other Mary to see the sepulchre or the tomb. And behold, there was a great earthquake, for the angel of the Lord descended from heaven and came and rolled back the stone from the door and sat upon it. His countenance was like lightning, and his raiment white as snow. And for fear of him the keepers did shake, and became as dead men. And the angel answered and said unto the women, Fear not, for I know that ye seek Jesus, which was crucified. He is not here, for he is risen. That changed everything for mankind. The empty tomb, the resurrection. And it affects us today, all those years later, in all sorts of ways. It affects us greatly. It affects this life and the next life. So if you want to read the rest of the resurrection story, it's in Matthew, the first book of the New Testament, where it talks about the resurrection of Jesus and the impact it has on all of us and how we need to take stock of this life. We're not going to be alive forever. We all have a best before date, and some of us are getting closer to that all the time, which is fine. We're not afraid of dying when we know Jesus. It's just from this life to the next. But we must know Jesus to be able to spend eternity with him in heaven. So if Easter is nothing more for you than a family get-together, that's wonderful. Keep those traditions alive. They're great. But take a moment to think about what the early tradition of celebrating the birth and the death and the resurrection of Jesus means to you. It's life or death. True life on this earth, and then life eternal when we die. My name is Patricia, and this is Becoming a Woman of Grace, and I have coffee chats on different topics. And if you enjoy the Sunday devotion, hit subscribe and we can stay in touch. Bye for now. Take care.